everybody, it is I, Margaret, and I am here to show you something. Dun dun dun! Do you know what this is? This is the printed version of the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. It's costs $1, pattern on Ravelry. Everybody's heard of it. Sarah Hepworth gifted it to me, and she said because it has so much other information about sock making. So I thought to myself, well, let me start reading that and see what's in it. It is 16 pages. Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, just tons of information. So I've printed it and put it in this notebook for my collection of socks. So I'm one step closer to achieving that goal. And I'm 2 steps closer. Got me some sock needles. Now these are clover. I figured bamboo would probably be good because that's what I find best when I work with teeny tiny yarn. This is 36 inches, even though it was recommended to me that I get a 32-inch cable by everybody. I first asked Erin, because Erin, Give Me Yarn 418, is my knitting guru. She's my mentor for this, and that's what she told me was 32-inch size 1 would be a place to start. Clover does not. Well, I don't know if maybe my LYS only had a 36. I don't know, but that's fine. That'll work just fine. And while I was in my LYS, which happens to be the Southern Needle in Ridgeland, that was there for a couple of years before I ever even knew it existed. Thanks, Allison, for letting me know that, by the way. So I'd still be having to go all the way into Jackson. But anyhow, so I'm in there and I'm buying this, and somebody says, "Oh, you're." She recognized me from somewhere and she couldn't put her finger on it, and still we put 2 and 2 together. It's from YouTube. So, hey, Chris White, I'm so glad I got to meet her. That was really fun. And we had a good conversation with the people that were in there about sock making. And Chris was an Addy user, or is an Addy user, so we had to talk about that too. Which, by the way, the owner of the LYS did not know what an Addy machine was, so we just told her all about it. So that was fun. Now, what else do I have to show? Well, do you remember when I bought these from Hobby Lobby not too long ago? And I thought, wouldn't that be cute to make a little black and white striped hat, black and yellow striped hat? So I ran upstairs thinking I could remember color, but you know what? You can't remember color. You think you can, but you can't. So I went upstairs, I got some yellow and made this little dinky-doo hat, thinking I was going to put these bees on it, and they do not go. They are far too orangey yellow for this, and so I don't like it. I don't even like this hat at all, to tell you the truth. So this may not make it to the donation. I don't know, but I did that. However, I did do something that I really do like. A while back, not too long ago, Daphne, who is, I'll list them on here. She's got one that's completely different for Ravelry than it is for Instagram, but I just think of her as Daphne. So anyhow, she gifted me this pattern. It's called the Lost Banner Hat. And it's just a basic pattern. It's a 2x2 ribbed cuff that's really long, and you fold it up, which I really like a lot because you get that double warmth on your ears. And then just a basic stockinette top with decreases. Well, not only did she send me that cute pattern, but she also sent me this yarn. Now the pattern itself says Malabrigo is what it is. I can't get my act together, can I? Malabrigo is what it recommended. That's what it used in the hat. And so she sent me some Malabrigo in the colorway Nostalgia. Is that what it says? Yeah, Nostalgia. And everybody loves Malabrigo. I mean, it's a wonderful yarn. I had the best time working on this. Isn't it pretty? I just love it. But see, it's a big, long, all this is ribbing from here down. So you flip this up. Oh, and it fits me. You know, sometimes I have a problem with hats being a little bit too big. And no, this fits me. Oh, and yes, I know, I say all the time, I'm a charity knitter and crocheter, but this was a gift to me, so I don't feel guilty keeping it. I'm going to keep it for myself. And I love the colors. I just love the colors. So anyhow, Daphne, thank you. I love my hat. And I had a good time working on it. Boy, that Malabrigo is fun to work with. I used my nickel-plated needles on this because it's what I had with me in the car when I cast it on for last weekend when we went up to Thomas. It was parent-teacher conference, spring parent-teacher conference, and by the way, he just blew it out of the water. He is recommended for all honors classes except for history. That's a story for another day. They want him to go to leadership camp. He's just doing great and he loves it. So I just don't know how to, I just raving. And as a matter of fact, he's home for spring break and he's up there right now. And I can't coax him to do a video with me. However, I was out yesterday and the weather was just beautiful and I ran in to grab the camera because the azaleas are I can't speak. The azaleas are blooming and the bees were buzzing and I thought, ooh, I'm feeling all springy. So I ran out and got the camera so I could get some shots of that. Sure enough, as soon as I walk out the door, everybody else comes too. So I went back in to get my camera. What are you doing? And I wanted to show y'all the azaleas. I wanted to show you the azaleas. I can't speak. With the bumblebees. Aren't they pretty? I'm spying on this bee as he's working. See? Can hear those bees, they're so happy. Down on the dock, we have a bird just sitting on the bench. Just hanging out. And here we observe a teenager in his natural habitat. Minecraft. So who's this from?
Aaron and Kristen.
Yeah. Do you need scissors?
Oh. Sisters that you got me one time.
What?
It's poppers.
Well, then demonstrate, because I don't know what they are.
I sent you a video, didn't I?
No, I never got it.
Oh. It's a very small world here. Oh. So this is what you do? There you go.
Does it
What? Is it? Oh, get it.
It pops like this. Right.
Ah, something's happening.
It pops into one of the... I got you. Some of them already popped.
I can't really tell right now. Well, let me see if I can see like this. From right here, it looks like I've got a clearer picture. Then I've been dealing with that graininess before. I've tried settings, I have changed everything, and it's hit or miss. It's just trying to get the right lighting, because as it turns out, this Canon, according to all the reviews and everything, it has a very small sensor. So that makes it a great camera outside, but not so great when you're filming video, well, even taking pictures indoors. You have to provide it with a lot of light. It's not good at grabbing the light on its own, even though you can adjust the ISO settings, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it looks right now like I won't know until I get it on the computer, but I'm trying. I got tickled earlier today I got a message, a comment on one of my videos from Jacob Hansen, and he asked me, "You do videos every Tuesday, right?" Well, Jacob, that was the plan, but it never seems to work out that way because I live a haphazard life. You just never know what's going to happen from day to day. So I told him, I said, it works out more like I'll just surprise you, just pop up, which makes me think of something else. I watched this other guy on YouTube, and he has nothing to do with yarn. Well, I found him because he does these travel videos, and he does a lot of Disneyland stuff, and you know I'm a Disney fanatic. I'm having a hard time talking today for some reason. That word is fanatic, and I don't know what I just said. Anyhow, this guy is, the channel is called Live Fast, Die Poor. And he'll do these things, it's really more like, it's called Random Land. And he will go to different places, and it's like you might be watching something on the Travel Channel, except for it's really funny. And he does fantastic video cuts, and he has these buddies with him every now and then they're pretty funny too, and it's just interesting. Well, he has a second channel, and it's called just his name, Justin Scard. That's his vlog channel. And he starts it off every time saying, "It's the Sometimes Vlog." It's a vlog that happens sometimes. And I feel like that's kind of the way I do things. If you're wondering why my phone is going off every 5 seconds, it's because I have a bunch of things we're selling. We're not exactly downsizing the house, although it is a little bit smaller, but it's just the way things are, everything's not going to work out. Plus, we've been in this house for 10 years, and we have really accumulated a lot of stuff. So I have things on Craigslist and this Facebook group that's here local, and so this thing is going off every 5 minutes. Last week, do you remember when I was talking about those weighted blankets for people with sensory processing disorders? Well, I got to looking around, and actually several people, I have the most wonderful viewers. I mean, I get the best tips and have learned so much from you people. But anyway, several people had suggested using aquarium rocks. So I won't have to go around and pick up dirty old rocks and have to wash them and everything.
Those poly pellets can be expensive, so this was my brilliant idea from last week, was to go around collecting dirty rocks.
Because I went and priced them, and at Walmart you can get 25 pounds for, I don't know, I took pictures. Wasn't that an excellent idea? That would work like a charm. They will wash, they will dry quickly. It's perfect solution. Now, I haven't done anything in that regard yet. I haven't tried to do it because, well, obviously if we're moving, things are crazy around here, so maybe my good idea just came at the wrong time. But another smart and wonderful person, Sherry, shared with me a link that was talking about this, and instead of actually having to put weights in it, well, here, let me show you. Sherry had shared with me this article from the Crochet Crowd's blog. It was called 9 Crochet Blankets of Love Ideas. And basically, it's talking about weighted blankets, see right here? But instead of adding weights, they give lots of suggestions for big, bulky, heavy fabrics that you would crochet or knit. And then I want to share this from Esther. She knows of a charity in her home state of Iowa that makes and gives away weighted blankets. And here are the sewing instructions, and they are fantastic. Every tiny little detail, and I really like the fact that they emphasize the edges. They want you to double stitch all through there, and that's super important, so you don't end up with weights all over the floor, or more importantly, so nobody puts the weights in their mouth. You can click up here for the instructions how to make a weighted blanket, and they are excellent. Step by step, tells you all about the weights, how to choose the weight, yada yada yada. Several people had suggested just using the Addy to make little pockets or rosettes or whatever, and then filling those with the pellets to make a weighted blanket. But that won't work, because you see how you have holes in knitted fabric, and so the little things can come out. Even if you did a very tight weave in a crochet or knit, it wouldn't work because these people are fidgeters. Can you see this clothespin? This is what we use to close our chips. And Thomas completely picked it apart yesterday, totally unconsciously, while he was watching TV. It's fiddling, and it just needs to keep their hands busy. So even if you did a really tight weave, they would squish and manipulate and do anything they can to either consciously or subconsciously get the little weights through. But Ash Love Nerd, who also has a channel here on YouTube, had a really good suggestion. She said, I've seen that some use women's nylon stockings to keep the pellets from getting out of the project, like a crochet doll. So that may work. Of course, the nylon stockings are not really tough. So believe you me, I can easily see Thomas breaking the stocking, running, picking, making a hole, and pull the things out. So that wouldn't work for us, but it could possibly work for someone else. One of my longtime subscribers, Maylinda, has given me this as a surprise this past week, and isn't it adorable? Let me click on one of these pictures and see if you can see it closer. Look, you have a little grommet here where your yarn can come out. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's funny. But I just fell in love with it. I thought it was so adorable. So thank you, Maylinda. I'm so excited. Oh, goodness. The sun is going down outside, so now I know I've got a grainy picture. But I'm having a hard time getting this video filmed because the beeping won't stop with all these sales I got going on. Somebody is due over here any minute to look at a piece of furniture, so I have to make this quick. But anyway, this is another thing I forgot to pull out earlier. This is the scarf that came in the little kit that Brian sent. This was a perfect ride in the car activity project to do because it was mindless. It was 1x1 ribbing, the whole entire thing. And I actually bound off too big right here, so that doesn't look good. So I'll see if I can't pull it in a little bit. And I need to steam my little sheep because his ears are curling. And then get them sewn on. So there's his back, and here's his front, and here's his whole body around my neck giving me a hug. Is not this the cutest thing you've ever seen? I just love it. So I'll finish this up this week. Check this out. I got this in the mail the other day and forgot to show you in my last video. But this is from the Louette Company. And it is some fine yarn. It is referred to as Euroflax. That's its name. I'll look it up and let's learn a little bit more about it. But they sent this to me to try with this pattern. Isn't that the cutest t-shirt? I got to pick out the pattern, so that was nice. But it's by the Louette Company. So I'm really looking forward to that. Over the years, I've collected teapots, and I am packing things up, and I thought maybe y'all would appreciate this cute little teapot. And there's 4 of these. But aren't they cute? They live in a little teapot. This little family. And then here are their neighbors. They seem to be getting their house spruced up for spring. Actually appears everybody is getting spruced up for spring. But I just love these. I've gotten rid of a lot of knickknacks as we're packing to move, but I can't part with these. Looks like over the years somebody's broken something off. I have a chip or two. But I just love them. I mean, look at that little front door. Isn't that so cute? And of course their little faces. Bentley and I are sitting here waiting on some grandmother to come and get a whole box full of Nerf guns, and we are sitting outside of historical Chapel of the Cross. A long time ago I told y'all a ghost story, and it takes place right here. Right back here is the cemetery of where that ghost story took place that I told you about. But isn't it a beautiful chapel? Kind of scary. I think that's all I have for this week. So talk soon. Bye.